Hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and this is the sixth part of my top 40 least favorite wrestlers series. Basically, I'm going to dive right into it here because you guys have been watching at this point. You know why people are on here. We all have wrestlers we like and dislike. Personally, there are some that I just can't stand, and here are more. Since I got 11 left, I'm probably going to do about 2 more parts after this, but we'll see where we get after, like, say, 15, 16 minutes. Bill DeMott is number 11. The guy was a piece of shit to a whole bunch of young recruits, abusing them, harassing them, calling them names that I'm not going to repeat here, and doing things like ripping a t-shirt off Rusev when he, or a neck break, trying to hurt Rusev when he had a legit neck injury, and that was ridiculous. But just the way he handled recruits was absolutely ridiculous. There's one thing about being tough and making sure people have the right drive and everything to get in the business. That's understandable. You want to make sure you have the best people and the people that have the most desire to be on the road, entertain the fans who love the business and all that. That's great. What Bill DeMott was doing was basically just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was disgusting. He deserved to be fired. He was not a good wrestler. He could execute a good No Laughing Matter, which was a moonsault when he was Hugh Morris in WCW, but he was a mid-level guy at best. He was never going to be anything above that. He wasn't in WWE too long in an in-ring career. One of his last appearances on pay-per-view, the last appearance I can think of is Royal Rumble 2003. And then by his breaking down, he was made into a coach and this kind of stuff. And I'm sure he had indie runs or whatever. Look, if the guy learned his lesson and maybe can, take sensitivity training and actually get better, great. But I just, fired to Bill DeMott was a great thing to do in WWE. Cave to the public pressure, which they should with JBL. They won't. But at least they fired Bill DeMott. Now, number 10. The Great Khali. It feels a little, I guess, repetitive to pick on Khali, who couldn't really move. Who could do a chop. He could do a chop and raw. I mean, he could sort of raise his leg. He couldn't really. He had no fucking working knees. Just the reason Khali's on here and the reason he's number 10 is just for all the pushes that he got, especially in 06, in 07, when it's obvious that the fucker couldn't wrestle. Apparently he's a really nice guy, and that's great. Apparently he's really popular in India. And he's succeeding with his own wrestling school. And I think he's doing movies and stuff like that, TV. That's great. I have nothing against the man himself. It's just, anytime he appeared on TV, I'm like, okay, great. This is going to be some of the worst stuff ever. I mean, the guy couldn't even wrestle before he got to WWE. Undertaker jobbed out to him, which was flat out ridiculous. I mean, he even, Khali even pinned him at one point with one foot. That was absolute dog shit. I mean, what in the world was this? I just don't get why Khali... I mean, I get why Khali was pushed. I mean, let me rephrase that. I get why he was pushed. He was 7 foot, 1, 2, 3, whatever, and he was 400 pounds, and Vince loves big, sweaty men. And Khali was popular in the India market. And they got some good success over there with their TV and everything, and I understand that. But Khali was such a bad representation to send over there. I mean, because if you want great athletes, he was not a great athlete. He couldn't wrestle at all. I can't think of one 3-star match that the guy had. And that's being generous. I'm not going to be generous on my rating system. But Khali, you just watch a guy and you're like, why in the world is this guy being pushed? Besides his size, why is he being pushed? Can't talk. Can't wrestle. Can't work. I felt so bad for Undertaker. I mean, Undertaker taking him out in an episode of SmackDown right before SummerSlam 2006 may have been the best moment. Because he beat him up and everything and, hit him with a chair. I think hit him with a chair into the steel steps and he was bleeding. It was the last man standing match. And Khali couldn't even get to his feet. I mean, you probably could have given him a count of 50 and he probably wouldn't have been able to get to his feet. But yeah, Great Khali just absolutely embarrassing. And embarrassment. And that's why he's there at number 10. Because there are others that are worse than him, in my eyes. And this one's just going to get people, this is going to make people mad no matter what. But the Young Bucks, yeah, two guys. Here's why the Young Bucks are number 9. They aren't bad athletes. They are good workers. They are. I'm going to say they're good points. They have made tons of money on merch. They've marketed themselves well. Their fans seem to love them. That's great. They are shit. That gimmick is shit. The constant super kicks are shit. I don't like what they do to the business. I mean, I don't, and people can call me, say that I'm old-minded. I just don't get it. If people are entertained by the Young Bucks, that's great. I can't stand the Young Bucks. Anytime I watch any of their matches, I'm like, what the fuck is the big appeal of it? I just don't get it. Are they mean guys? No. I mean, somebody, I think they did a vanity search on Twitter and saw that I didn't have very good things to say about them and they blocked me, but that's not even why. Whatever, they want to block me, okay. And they're not the only wrestlers to block me. Just the Young Bucks, it's just any match I've seen of theirs, and I've tried to give a chance by watching some of their stuff, whether it's from PWG, whether it's from New Japan, whether it's their appearances in Ring of Honor. I try to give the Young Bucks a chance, and I just can't do it because they aren't entertaining. They aren't any good. I mean, good athletes, sure, yeah. The constant super kicks, the stupid posing, this kind of stuff. I just don't get it. I do not get the appeal. I find what they do to the wrestling business an embarrassment. Because yes, the wrestling business is exposed. Obviously, most of these guys are friends. I mean, there are some people that are enemies. Mostly anyway, of JBL, I will get to him. And just any time I watch the Young Bucks, I'm just like, this is shit. This isn't wrestling. It's just not. I'm not saying they can't work. I'm sure they can. I've seen a couple of their matches where I'm like, oh god, they can actually pull out some moves. They just choose not to. The high spots bullshit at times is fine with some wrestlers, but they're for ones that actually know how to work. And it's just, it works for them, great. I just never cared for them. It's like anytime I watch a match with the Young Bucks, I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I can't even watch anything with them now because I get actively angry. Oh, super kick, big shock. The Young Bucks hit a fucking super kick. Again, good for the guys on being able to make tons of money in indie promotions and in Japan and Ring of Honor and all that, and doing great. That is great stuff. I am so happy for the Young Bucks because everybody should have a chance to earn a living. And they aren't bad guys. They aren't. But they are people. I hate what they do in the ring. I hate it. It's like, it's not wrestling, it's garbage. Because it doesn't require talent to throw kicks. Now, to not hurt somebody, it requires talent, but it's just, oh, I'm going to go out, throw a kick, throw a kick, throw a kick. Do you guys do any fucking moves besides super kicks? No, not really. Just, and yeah, they're part of the Bullet Club, which I'm sorry, the Bullet Club, is, especially now with the promo that Cody Rhodes is not on this list. I have nothing but respect for Cody, but the whole thing where it's like a paid announcement by the Bullet Club. You guys, you're never going to be the NWO. You're not even going to be the NWO Wolfpack. The Bullet Club, you know what? In fact, actually, unpopular opinion, Bullet Club is overrated. That's going to be another show I do. That ought to get me some real hate. They're not the NWO, and they never will be, but just the Young Bucks. It's like, I watch, I was like, look, them and Omega. I mean, I'm sure they have respect for Okada also. The Bucks and Omega are perfect for each other because they have the goofy shit, but they do seem to care about each other and generally want to make Japan and Ring of Honor, and Ring of Honor bigger companies, and that's great, and that is good. More companies need to get bigger for more talent to have a chance to succeed. Especially Japan. I mean, I want New Japan Pro Wrestling to succeed even more than it has, because the talent is there to even take it into the U.S. in some markets and succeed. But watching the Young Bucks just makes me actively angry. It makes me angry because it's like I'm watching, I'm like, these guys probably could wrestle. They just choose not to. And the stuff that they do in the ring, it's just shit. It's absolute shit. So, none of the Young Bucks. That's number 9. Number 8, and you might be shocked that he's this low, but I have a reason as to why he's this low. JBL. JBL actually originally was going to be about number 20. Because I started actually coming up with a list like this months ago, but didn't really invest a lot of time in it. And I mean, it was like back, I think, in January, I want to say, I started doing, just writing down names on like sheets of paper. JBL is going to be about number 20, maybe 25. Because he was an annoying commentator. For what he did to Mauro Ranallo, I mean, rumors aside, whatever, it's pretty obvious that what JBL did, ribbing, bullying, whatever, led to Mauro exiting. Until I hear otherwise, that's what I'm going to go with. But JBL is number 8, in part because of that, and the guy is a garbage commentator. And the guy is a baby because he blocks everybody on Twitter that doesn't agree with him. And it's like, if he did bully Mauro, I find it kind of funny that he talks about he talks about the stuff that he does with kids in Bermuda and trying to help underprivileged kids or whatever and help with bullying and that kind of stuff, yet he's bullying coworkers. And it's not just Mauro that he's bullied. he's bullied other coworkers over the years. And whether it's JBL doing it, whether it's Vince McMahon himself encouraging and say, hey, I want to see if this guy has it in him. Whether JBL's, fully doing it by himself or whether he's also being, Vince's puppet master pulling the strings, it doesn't matter. JBL's still a garbage human being. I mean, anytime I watched his Legends of JBL stuff, and this was before the whole Mauro situation, I did my best to just focus on the people he was interviewing because I wanted to hear those stories. I mean, I don't care for JBL. It's like, JBL, hopefully one day a talent just snaps and puts him into a wall or whatever and just maybe teaches him a damn lesson. I mean, that person would probably be fired, but then maybe JBL would learn not to mess with anybody. Joey Styles knocked him out at one point, and that was great. Whether JBL was drunk or not, it doesn't matter. JBL deserved that. He's a garbage commentator. I mean, and he is. No one can defend JBL being a good commentator. Was he till about, early 2013 or mid-2013 before the authority thing happened? Yeah, sure. Actually, he was a pretty damn good commentator. And then they slowly turned him into more of a puppet than puppet, and now he's just... They tried to have him be a babyface. It didn't work. I mean, and now he's just full-on heel. He's more of a dick and everything. I still am waiting for one day for just somebody to snap and just take him out. Beat him up. I mean, and again, I think it's going to come. I don't know if he's actually like that to everybody backstage. But JBL is a garbage human being. An absolutely garbage human being. And hopefully is fired one day. Because it's not like the guy doesn't have money. It's not like he's not going to be fine. Wrestling would be better off not having JBL as part of the company. Or WWE at least. Granted, JBL is probably going to go in the Hall of Fame because he's Vince's boy. But, I mean, it's just, hashtag fire JBL. I've talked so much about JBL, it almost seems like, this part's a little short, but it's like I've talked about him enough on some rapid fire episodes and some reviews I've done. And also check out at WrestleRants, WrestleRant's latest edition of WrestleRant Radio and all his previous editions. But the one that just went up this week involves me being part of it. And actually, him and I talked for about a good almost 90 minutes. It was a great conversation. And we touched on JBL and a lot of other subjects. So that's a little cheap plug. But check out WrestleRant stuff and also check out his YouTube channel. Guy does great stuff. But anyway, now we're going to go to number 7. Oh, by the way, again, hashtag fire JBL. Number 7, New Jack. Now, look, New Jack could kill me and probably would if I said any of this stuff to his face. New Jack never said he was a great worker. He never did, and I'm not here to say that. I'm glad that the man survived falling, with Vic Grimes and when he got his skull broken open. Even though he said he's never the same since, and I don't think anybody would be. That being said, I never understood the appeal of New Jack. In the ring, I just never understood why people went nuts for him. Oh, look, it's New Jack. Who the fuck cares? The guy can't fucking work. I mean, it's like the weapon spots were fine in short bursts, but his music always played over his, entrance, and I hated that because it took away from the immersion of like any of the weapon spots. I mean, it's like you cut off the music when he gets to the ring, boom, and he starts hitting weapons. Okay. But every time I saw any match with New Jack, I'm just like, why is this guy seen as so good? Why is this guy so popular? I mean, granted, it was ECW, so I'm actually convinced that a lot of the fans that were there cheering in the arenas were probably drunk, high, or both. But just New Jack is like, anytime I watch this stuff, I mean, and the fact that he got runs in ECW, he got runs in NWA TNA for a little bit. I mean, he wasn't there for long, but Smoky Mountain Wrestling even. I mean, Jim Cornette, I believe, helped discover him. The fact that, or at least gave him a bit of a run in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, it's just the fact that New Jack qualified as being a wrestler is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Because he just wasn't any good. He just wasn't. He wasn't any good. He was absolute garbage. And anytime I watch New Jack, I'm just like, I just can't believe that people go nuts for this guy. And I'm talking about his in-ring stuff. I mean, like, he's never shied away from being the person that he is. He was a former bounty hunter. He's never shied away from, what he says he's done to various talents. So I give him credit for being real, whether I agree with the guy or not. I will say that it's entertaining in a very scary way, like his interviews. But New Jack, just the wrestler, it's like I'm watching this and I'm like, he's not a wrestler. He would have fit in just fine with Combat Zone Wrestling. Hell, New Jack would have been the best worker in Combat Zone Wrestling. Because I can't name one good person, that is currently wrestling. I mean, I don't know the whole roster, but it's just any clips I see of Combat Zone Wrestling, I'm like, it's garbage. Absolute garbage. But New Jack, I don't get the appeal. I just don't get the appeal. I've never understood why people like New Jack. I just don't. So that's where I'm going to leave this off. I got 6 more left, and depending on how big these rants get, I might end up doing 2-3 more parts. Anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said so far? Like, share, comment, subscribe. My Twitter link is in the description. It's been Real Honesty with Jar Mifflin. I'm Jar Mifflin. I will see you soon.